There was a man who smoked for 20 years. He tried everything to quit. Nicotine patches, therapy, medication, even hypnosis. Nothing worked. Every attempt made him feel more defeated. Then one day, during a work trip to Japan, he met an old monk, and within 3 months, he quit smoking completely, not through force, not through willpower, but through a method so gentle, it almost felt unreal. It makes you wonder, what if everything we know about breaking habits is backwards? What if fighting a habit only makes it stronger? And what if the real solution is not force, but understanding? The Japanese have known something about human nature for a long time. They do not treat habits like an enemy. They do not fight themselves. They work with the mind, not against it. And that is where real change begins. The first habit is simple. Understand where your behavior came from. Every habit started as a solution. Even the destructive ones. Smoking helped with stress. Late-night eating softened emotional pain. Scrolling made boredom easier. When you realize a habit was once a form of protection, something shifts. You stop attacking yourself. You start asking a better question. What was this habit doing for me? The second habit is observing without judgment. This is what the monk taught. When a craving rises, do not fight it. Name it quietly. Craving is here. Anger is here. Notice what happens in your body. Notice your breath. Notice your thoughts. Just watch. When you do this, you create space. And inside that space, you gain control. The third habit is understanding impermanence. Cravings rise like waves. They peak, they fall. If you react at the peak, you strengthen the habit. If you sit with the craving, even for 10 minutes, you learn something powerful. The wave always fades. You are not the craving. You are the awareness watching it. The fourth habit is Kaizen. 1% improvement. Very small steps. Our culture loves big dramatic change, but the brain loves safety. Big sudden changes feel threatening. That creates resistance. Small steps feel safe. They slide under the radar. If you watch 4 hours of TV, do not cut it to 0. Cut 5 minutes. Just 5. Tomorrow, cut 5 more. That is how the brain rewires itself. Slow, gentle, consistent. The fifth habit is replacing the deeper need. In Japan, this is linked to the idea of Ikigai, your reason for being. Habits stay because they fill a space in your life. Smoking fills stress. Alcohol fills emptiness. Shopping fills loneliness. Social media fills boredom. If you only remove the habit, you create a hole, and that hole pulls the habit back. But when you replace the ritual with something meaningful, the old pattern fades. A programmer who drank every night discovered this. He realized he did not crave alcohol. He craved the shift from work mode to rest mode. So he built a new ritual. He changed into soft clothes. He made tea. He drew for 10 minutes, a childhood joy he had forgotten. The ritual replaced the drink. The craving weakened naturally. The sixth habit is self-kindness. Most people try to change by being harsh on themselves. But shame does not create change. Shame creates rebellion. It creates self-destruction. It splits you in half. One part criticizes, one part rebels. The Japanese approach is different. When you fail, talk to yourself like a friend. You still take responsibility. You still learn, but you remove the harshness, and that makes space for real change. A woman who struggled with overeating learned this. She used to insult herself every time she slipped. This only made the problem worse. Then she tried something new. She said, "I ate more than I needed. That is a fact, not a moral failure." Then she asked gentle questions. What was I feeling? What did I need? This awareness helped her break the cycle. The seventh habit is building new paths instead of destroying old ones. Habits are like forest trails. You have walked them 1,000 times. They feel easy, even if they lead somewhere you do not want to go. You cannot erase the trail overnight, but you can make a new one. The first walk is hard. The ground is uneven. The branches are thick. But every step makes the new path clearer, and every day you avoid the old path, it fades. This is exactly how neural pathways work. A man who wanted to stop scrolling in the mornings used this idea. Instead of deleting his apps, he put a book where his phone used to be. Every morning, he read one page, just one. It was so easy he never resisted. 1 month later, he was reading 30 minutes a day. The scrolling habit did not disappear by force. It disappeared because something better replaced it. This is the heart of the Japanese system. Real change happens when you stop fighting yourself. You grow beyond the habit. You become someone who no longer needs it. So start small. Observe without judgment. Sit with your cravings. Improve by 1%. Replace the deeper need. Treat yourself with kindness. Build new paths. And walk them again and again until they feel natural. You do not need to transform overnight. You just need one honest step today. The old patterns will fade, and a new version of you will rise. Thank you for listening.